Mayor Pete does what he does best, which is launches another disingenuous attack. He goes after Bernie here, and Bernie handled him with ease.
You've been critical about transparency on this stage and people needing to do better. Is that response from Senator Sanders enough for you?
No, it's not, because first of all, let me say we're all delighted that you are in fighting shape. And at the same time, transparency matters, especially living through the Trump era. Now, under President Obama, the standard was that the president would release full medical records, do a physical, and release the readout. I think that's the standard that we should hold ourselves to as well. Now, President Trump lowered that standard. He said just a letter from a doctor is enough, and a lot of folks on this stage are now saying that's enough. But I am certainly prepared to get a physical, put out the results. I think everybody here should be willing to do the same. But I'm actually less concerned about the lack of transparency on Sanders' personal health than I am about the lack of transparency on how to pay for his health care plan, since he said that it's impossible to even know how much it's going to cost. And even after raising taxes on everybody making $29,000, there is still a multi-trillion-dollar hole. Matter of fact, if you add up his policies all together, they come to $50 trillion. He's only explained $25 trillion worth of revenue, which means that the hole in there is bigger than the size of the entire economy of the United States.
Mayor,
the time has come to level with the American people on matters personal and on matters of policy.
Thank you, Senator Sanders. Quickly.
Let's level. All right, let's level, Pete. Under your plan, which is a maintenance continuation of the status quo, can I finish? The average American today is paying $12,000 a year. That's what that family is paying. 20% of a $60,000 income, $12,000 a year. Highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. Just the other day, a major study came out from Yale epidemiologists in Lancet, one of the leading medical publications in the world. What they said, my friends, is Medicare for All will save $450 billion a year. Because we are eliminating the absurdity of thousands of separate plans that require hundreds of billions of dollars of administration. And by the way, ending the $100 billion a year in profiteering from the drug companies and the insurance companies.
Really important. My plan is the status quo, and that's false. Look, if my plan is the status quo, why was it attacked by the insurance industry the moment it came out? And on issue after issue after issue, this is what Senator Sanders is saying. If you're not with him, if you're not all the way on his side, then you must be for the status quo. Well, you know what? That is a picture that leaves most of the American people out.
Well, he's winning and you're losing. He's gotten way more votes, so maybe you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. And the reason why he calls your plan a continuation of the status quo is because it's a continuation of the status quo. He's like, oh, the health insurance companies are against me. Wrong. Pete's taken over $100,000 in bribes in the form of campaign contributions from the health insurance industry and the pharmaceutical industry. So spare me your sanctimonious nonsense. You're misleading everybody. And I think on some level he knows he's misleading everybody. And Pete's plan, by the way, you know, his whole thing is like Medicare for all, who want it? He's trying to fetishize this notion of choice. I'll give you a choice to keep your health care plan. And then outside of that, other people, if they don't want that, if they want the Medicare for all thing, I'll give you that. That's just a public option. And choice in the context of health insurance is a ruse. It's a scam. Because really, he wants to preserve the for-profit, rapacious, mafia middleman that price gouges you and gets in between you and your doctor. That's the choice he wants you to have. I've made this analogy before, but it's like, would you rather have the Irish mafia or the Italian mafia come and, shake you down for money? Which one do you want? I'm pro-choice. I'm giving people a choice, bro. It's just a choice, bro. It's not a status quo, bro. It's a choice, bro. Yeah, it's a choice of terrible options. Why not get rid of the mafia? Get rid of the price gougers. They're unnecessary. They're a leech. They're a parasite on the system. So I think Bernie did a great job responding there too, because he just brought up the new study that came out. There was a new study that just came out on Medicare for All that he's citing there. Now, the one I like to bring up is the University of Massachusetts Amherst study, which found that over a 10-year period, with Medicare for All, we save $5.1 trillion. That's what happens when you get rid of the price gouging middleman, Pete. So notice, this is what they do. This is all they have. Let me tell you the price tag. The price tag is like $50 trillion. Okay, well then the price tag of not doing Medicare for All is $60 trillion. No, I'm sorry, 55. Could that be a $5 trillion difference? 55 trillion. So, you know, I said this earlier, I'm perpetually amazed that nobody ever accurately categorizes and characterizes Bernie Sanders' beliefs and then attacks his position and explains their own. They always, without fail, smear him relentlessly, lie about his position, and then attack the thing they just made up. Like, this is one of the many reasons why he has such a strong support base and following, is because he's treated unfairly across the board by the media, by the other candidates. Like, I would have respect for people if they said, hey man, here's your policy, I'm going to accurately describe it, and then now I'm going to explain why I disagree with it. I have a genuine disagreement with it, and here, I'm going to go through point by point exactly why I disagree with it. But nobody does that. They're always like, you know, hey, how you going to pay for it? You know, hey, why do you want to frickin' be like Venezuela? Why are you a socialist? Like, it's never a fair categorization and a genuine disagreement between two peers. It's like, let me lie about you. And then the other thing about the health. Oh my God. So guys, get this. Bernie Sanders did release his health records. Not only did he release his health records, he released more than every other candidate. He has 3 separate notes from doctors. Not a Trumpian note where like Trump wrote it and the doctor, you know, he just put a face of a ridiculous doctor to cover that fact. No, he has, in the notes, it says like specific things about Bernie's health. It goes into detail. And what does the media do? They turn around and they're like, I can't believe he's not releasing his health records. He did. He released more than any other candidate. What more do you want? And then Brianna Joy Gray made a great point about this on CNN, and she got a bunch of crap for it, but she's right. She's like, this actually reminds me of the birther scandal. Why? Because Obama was like, okay, here's my birth certificate. And they're like, where's your birth certificate? And he's like, okay, that was my short form. Here's my long form birth certificate. And they're like, I can't believe he won't release his birth certificate. He did. He released it. With Bernie, it's like, it's not 1 doctor's note. It's not 2 doctor's notes. It's 3 doctor's notes with incredible detail in there. And they're like, I can't believe I can't get your exact cholesterol numbers or whatever the hell they're saying. It's like, come on, man. How ridiculous are you? And listen, we should honestly be celebrating because what does it show? Guys, they have nothing on him. That's why they keep going back to the well of, oh my God, your supporters are mean in my menchies. Look at these Bernie bros. They go to that, and they go to this. Did you know Bernie's old? Oh, he is? Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. You know, you guys really changed my mind. Now I'm totally cool with 45,000 people dying every year because they don't have basic health care. Now I'm cool with 500,000 people being out on the street, being homeless. Now I'm cool with being in 7 or 8 wars at the same time. Thank you so much for that fact about how his supporters are rude and, you know, he didn't release his health records even though he did. They got nothing. Oh my God, they got nothing. But you know what? Again, we should celebrate it because this is what they mean when they talk about like, oh, he hasn't been vetted. And then they bring this up every single time. It's the same questions. How are you going to pay for Medicare for all? You know, why are you a socialist? Every debate, same question 1,000 times over. It's unbelievable. And, you know, you think they would have learned by now. Hey, man, he's still leading by quite a bit, and you guys keep asking the same dumb questions. If anything, you might be helping him. So thank you. I appreciate that. And Smarmy Mayor Pete, you were just put in your place, and I'm going to love it when this dude is finally done, because he's annoying as hell. He really is. He's just a talking point machine Obama wannabe up there. And Bernie easily handled him in that back and forth.